Back in house with Coach Kelly here at Cherokee County. And Coach, last week you guys took on a very good Alexandria team. Had your chances come up a little bit short. Just kind of take us back to last Friday night.
Well, it was a great environment. That was my first trip to Loose Scales in my coaching career over here. You know, they've been 5A. They came back to Region 4 last couple of years. We played them. We've been here, so and it was their senior night, man. You talk about just a cool environment, you know.
They call it Death Valley.
Death Valley, and I didn't know that, but yeah, it was. I mean, it was just everything you want in a high school football game. You know, my wife after the game, you know, was just talking about how great of a game it was, even though the outcome wasn't what we wanted, you know, but. About seven plays in that game were the difference, and unfortunately, the 7 of those didn't go our way. You know, for whatever reason, some of it just us. So, you know, I'm more positive hindsight now, looking at the film and watching it. You know, and so we're in the playoffs. We got one game left to determine the seeding, and so. Really, it's up to our guys and how they want to bounce back. We've already had one day of preparation, getting ready for Friday, getting ready for another senior night, going to Asheville, much improved, probably one of the most improved teams in the state. You know, a lot of those guys were on the team last year, but they've got a really good football team, and so.
Yeah, they got a quarterback that can really spin it, and
he can do everything. He can throw it. He can run it. You know, I don't necessarily know. I think depending on the opponent, you know, and what they want to do, what their game plan is, will kind of decide, you know, whether they're going to try to beat you with his feet or throw it. You know, last week against Hope's Bluff, he did a little bit of both. And so you got to be ready. You know, we faced quarterbacks in this region. It's just a good region. So you got guys that can hurt you doing both, and so yeah, they've got some good skill guys, and then defensively, you know, they play a couple different fronts, you know, so we got to prepare. But let me be honest, at this stage in the game, it's our 10th game of the year. We've seen it all. So from a front standpoint, you know, we should be able to adjust and make our calls. I felt like, you know, we played pretty clean other than the turnovers the other night. You know, we had 3 turnovers, but Keyshawn had another outstanding game. The offensive line, you know, was great in the sense that they were physical. You know, you talk about physical game. That one right there was one for the ages, as far as like we talked. I don't know if it was our show or another one, but just talking about how Cherokee County and Alexandria goes back in history, you know, just wars. And it was that and more Friday night.
Yeah, that's kind of what you want getting ready for the playoffs, is to play good opponents and go at it physically, and you definitely got that.
And I mean, now that, you know, we're either the 3 or the 4 seed, depending on what we do Friday, we're going to be on the road. So we've played some tough road games, Piedmont, Anniston, and Alexandria. So, I mean, our guys should be ready to roll no matter what. We're on the road again Friday in Asheville. It's their senior night. They're having probably one of the best years they've had in decades, you know. They're in the playoffs for sure. So they're in the same boat. So I know they're going to be fired up. So really it's just about our guys, you know, taking ownership of what they want to do and, you know, how they want to go out. It's their senior year. Days are numbered. Nothing's guaranteed. So it's all about how they want to finish this thing. Right now they're at 44 wins, and they need 2 to break the record, 1 to tie. So, and it's going to be sitting that way until this season's over. So it's they've got everything in front of them as far as motivation goes. But I mean, I know we didn't win on the scoreboard, but I'm very, very confident in us. We just got to clean it up. You know, we still making mistakes that are costing us, and we're going into the 10th game. And if we'll just fix that right now, we will be really, really good in the postseason.
That's where you've kind of buttered your bread, so to speak, is you found a way the last 3 years especially to dial that thing in right here at this time of the season as the playoffs begin. What's some similarities you see from this team, and what's some things that you're kind of concerned with that we got to get dialed in these next couple of weeks?
The physicality part is there. You know, we were plenty physical Friday night. Friday night was our least penalized game, which is what we've been preaching, begging, praying, you know, that just clean it up. And so that aspect was good. Now we just got to take care of the ball and stop having so many busts on defense. You know, we had situations the other night where we had to call timeout because we don't have linebackers. I mean, it would be literally like the quarterback on offense refusing to look to the sideline to get the play. So what are you calling? Like what actually are you makes y'all think that y'all are ready to set the defense? So stuff like that we gotta fix and then be married up on the back end and front end. You know, we're just not sold in on that unit right now. Back end has played really good at times, and the box has played good at times, but certain times they do things that they're not coached to do, and so just bringing it all together, you know. And then offensively, we just got to continue to get better, tweak some things. We've got to hit, when we go stuff in the passing game, usually because of how people play us in the box, we're going to have guys open. So protection is key. We had maybe one or two protection busts the other night where we didn't really have time to do anything. But, it's just finishing the thing. We really aren't that different. It's just different people, right? You know. And so, as long as our guys will grow up, you know, we can sit here and say, you know, we're playing first-year guys, you know, those 4-year starters are no longer here, whatever. Well, it's 10 games in. Yeah. They've had plenty of practice, and so plenty of reps, and so now it's time for them to clean it up and do what they've been coached to do. Yeah. Or else, you know, we're going to continue to struggle. But I really do. I feel like I don't know that when you get in the postseason, that attention span, I mean, it's almost like taking a natural ADD medicine, man. They're just the focus is always really, really there, and so that's what we saw yesterday, and so anyway, having fun with them because you know we at most you're talking about 6 games, so that's 6 weeks. We've got left with this bunch, so I want to make sure I have a great time with them on you know, however long this journey goes. And you know, like I said, if we fix us, we can make this thing 6 weeks.
That'd be awesome. Yes. And but Coach, before I shut it down, I always like to kick it back to you for final thoughts.
Well, we got a big one Friday, so we need this community to come over there on, you know, senior night. They were great last week, and you know, we're definitely on the road for the next 2 weeks. So keep it going. Let's show them what Cherokee County and the Warrior Nation looks like to all these places that we might end up going for the first time.
I got a suggestion for everybody that's going over there. There's a place called Lala's Pizza. Once you get off the interstate and you go around the square, it's on the back side of the square. But it's a pizza place. A buddy of mine owns it. But he also has like coffee in there, like you can get anything you would get at Starbucks. And it has a full adult beverage place. I'm just throwing that out there. We don't talk about that on Average Joe's, but it has that, coffee, pizza, and there's books in there you can read and games you can play. it's a really cool place called Lala's Pizza. So y'all may want to hit that earlier. Yeah.
All right, Word Nation, you heard it there. Lala's Pizza.
Yeah,
Check
you
it out.
want to hit it if you want some really good. I think they do like the brick oven pizzas. So it's like really, really good.
I'm gonna have to tell my wife to check that one out.
Oh, she'll love it. I'm telling you. And it's not expensive. You can get like a large pizza and like 4 drinks for like $30, and that'll feed 4 people.
I spent $50 at McDonald's last night,
so you know where I'm going with this. Well, Coach, I appreciate you sitting in with us. Thank you so much.
Have a good one.